Hey, hello. You got
What's up? What's
ciggies?
up? Sure do.
Oh, thank fuck. And a stronzo?
You know it.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man. You want to talk here or you want to go somewhere else?
Yeah, we can talk here. It's got a cover from the sky and we're up high.
Yeah, I feel like everything's bugged recently.
Yeah. Honestly, to be fair, it's probably fucking not a bad idea to fucking start putting phones and shit away, but I mean, hey.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I thought my plan was to go radio, but apparently they might be listening there too. So I'm just like, well, what the fuck is the. There's literally no place safe, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Now, you writing a story on the whole history of things.
I am. So I'm. Okay. Basically, I got this job as a reporter. Um, and I didn't really know much about the faceless Brian Knight, the whole situation. Um, and then as I started digging into stuff in the city, I just realized how like deep it got. Um, and then I went to Cecily and I told her, "You shouldn't pay me." I said because I'm not going to report any stories. And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was just like, I'm not really interested. Like, this is the only story. It is the story. And and then I told her that, and she was like, I'll still pay you once a week. And then I also told her, I said, I'm not releasing any information because the reality is, like, I, I think I'm left largely alone by both sides because everybody knows more than I do. So it's not like they need to torture me for information, right? And I think every side and every group can respect on some level what it is that I'm trying to do, and they know that I'm not like trying to skew things a certain way. So I'm left largely alone. That being said, if I'm releasing articles for clicks and I'm releasing people's business, people could get hurt. Like if it's released as like a story with quotes in it of like
Mm.
this person said this, it's like, nah, I'm not about that. And that's the kind of stories that they write, which is like no shade, you know what I mean? You got to report the news, you got to get an angle, but that's not really what I'm interested in doing, you know? You can answer that if you need.
Nah, that's right.
Um so I decided I wasn't going to be writing like a normal type article with like fucking quotes and shit and like in a certain angle or making it interesting or like I decided that like I wanted to historically and accurately write down what happened, but I don't want to release it so soon that it fucks over. My job is not to intervene. My job is not to intervene, to participate, to my job is to simply observe and write down historically what happens. Like, so I don't want to drop it too early to where I'm fucking people over or I'm causing problems. I just want to make sure that if the city goes to shit or whatever, that the story of how that happened is down chronologically, you know, the tree of the different groups and that it's all down. That's basically my goal.
I respect that. I respect that. I think, hey, someone needs to write history, right?
Exactly.
For the future, right? So people can, you need to, I guess, have some sort of documentation of what happened in the past to learn for the future. So I think what you're doing is quite smart.
There's a
Um,
lot though,
there is a lot.
and
Now
it
I could
goes far
probably
back.
fill in a lot of blanks,
Really?
maybe, depending on, well, I don't know what you've got. I mean, look, I've been living here since the borders reopened.
Wow. Wow.
So
Well, I mean, I
and
think
on
I
top
don't
of
know.
that,
Yeah.
one sec. there's been a lot going on in the past. Like I said, once upon a time, Faceless was every fucking criminal's fucking ally. So I don't know what sort of information you've got and what you need. That's the thing. I don't want to be repeating shit you've
Yeah.
already got.
Yeah. Well, in a general sense, um, I got the faceless outlined. I think it's also because they've like been particularly open about a lot of this stuff. I have a lot of their shit sorted. Um, I listen, I'll be honest. I know a lot about Brian Knight, you know, um, and how the police are a bit mixed up in this. Obviously not all, but they're definitely mixed up in this. For sure. You got the militia
You
with
probably
Zuck. You
see
got
it in the militia. You mean Zuck?
mm-hmm.
Fuck, you be
Mm-hmm.
talking to Zuck.
And I haven't been talking to Zuck. I just know that I literally have a tree, like I've literally tried to connect every subgroup. We're talking every little because to understand how it got to this point, right? So, um, and but listen, there's a lot of people that double cross. There's a lot of groups that have hands in multiple pots. There's a lot of, you got the League of Evil. There's so many different you've got the resistance,
League of
not
Evil, they still fucking going, are they?
yeah, oh, they are. What are they not? You know what? Yeah, you know what I respect about the League of Evil is they always operate off of their own self-interest. You know what I mean? They're gonna
Mm.
they're gonna go, they're gonna do, and yeah, hey, I respect that. I actually respect that. So, you know, you got the military, which is not to be confused with the militia. Fucking crazy, but they're two different things, I guess. Sanctioned by the government, which is like an entirely different thing.
St.
You
Kulo
got
shit going on, yeah?
yeah, exactly. Exactly. You got New Babylon and like
Well,
what
man, they're
that
not
turned.
New Babylon no more.
Oh, well, I know, but I'm saying
But I
historically,
mean,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, historically, keep like writing down keeping track of that history, what they turned into, how they split apart, all of that. Um, so I have all of that written down. I know nothing about the whispers, absolutely nothing.
The
I've
Whispers.
really Yeah, the whispers. Have you heard of them
This is
before?
actually the first I've heard of this. What's this one?
Here, just give this book back when you're done. Take a
Yeah.
look at that. They leave these all over the city, so it's not like some big secret.
Helen Wild. They leave these all over the city.
Well, the thing is, very limited copies. So there's few people that have copies like that. Um, but they do. They leave them for people to find. I think I stumbled across that one, and then somebody else gave me their first. That's actually their second book. I have their first book somewhere. I can't remember where. Maybe my car, but um, yeah, they leave them, so it's not like mega secret. It's just limited copies, so not everyone has seen it. Um, but they just leave it for whoever to find it. And I usually, if I see a book on the ground, I'm a reporter, so if I see a book on the ground, I'm gonna pick it up and see what it is, because you'd be shocked how much I found by, just being willing to go and look at places.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, some of that I already knew about.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I bet.
Um, what's
But
so you had the reason why I didn't get Cicely here, right? Is because
yeah,
she writes the stories and
yeah, I could not. Yep,
and
she's
you were very
yeah.
adamant that you don't kiss and tell. And I wanted to learn a bit more about
Nope.
what your intentions actually are. What do you got on the besties?
You know what? It's the group I have the least amount on. I know that Forehead was originally, obviously he was originally faceless. Then they had that falling out. Then they faceless bombed Lil Soul. Then that did it, right? Like you bombed Lil Soul, and I mean, I heard it was not just a little bombing. They bombed the fuck out of it. Like just such an excessive amount that like I think that just did it. I know that Forehead start up the resistance, which it's now seemed like it's branched off to not just the besties, but other people, which I think is pretty clever because more hands on deck is good. But I think the reason why I have I've actually spoken with so few. I think to me, it's one thing if I roll up to the Faceless, this terrorist organization, and I ask them questions, or police. By the way, police are so tight-lipped. They're so like finding people that would talk to me on police side was a lot of work. Um, I think when you're a part of a gang, it's just like you have trust issues. Like you just know not to repeat shit. You've just learned not, and I think you have to do that just as a pure, absolute matter of survival. And so, because I've known that, I've been very hesitant to just waltz up to any member of or Forehead and be like, "Hey, by the way, I'm writing a historical timeline." Like, I no doubt I would have found a way to make it happen, but I've sort of been a bit hesitant on it because I didn't want it to come across. I'm just gonna speak completely bluntly. I didn't want it to come across like Cecily, like in that type of like I'm a reporter, like and I just because I don't blame on top of the fact that not only is it a gang, but it's also they're going up against literal terrorists. Like we're not talking about another fucking gang. We're talking about terrorists here. Which is why I think it makes sense that like Knight was like helping them out a bit because it's just like this isn't a normal situation. Nothing about this is fucking normal. Okay. So like this is like beyond a typical gang to gang situation. So I've just been hesitant. I don't like I don't want to show disrespect by being too forward. So I've just assumed that it's something that I would, at some point hopefully get the chance to speak to Forehead or someone in the besties and sort of like cuz I do want to understand, I know Knight was I know that simply because well, I've suspected that for a while, and I know I do know. I know some stuff about that, So I don't know. I give a shit, and I just care about the genuine truth, and I didn't want to like deter them
Well,
from
that's
like
something we
speaking.
both have in common. We both just want to know the truth and
Yeah.
who's really. I mean, who really is the bad ones? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the position that I'm in is that look, I'm in a position where I should clearly be on one side, but I'm torn
Yeah.
because one, I don't trust the fucking PD. I don't trust all
Right.
that
Of
side. There's been
course.
too
Of
much fucking
course.
shit. I've heard too much. I've seen too much.
Right.
But
Especially
then
being here as long as you have, let's be honest.
and then on the other side, I'm in the besties.
I see.
And I
But don't
have
you feel like that is complicated for you then? It's like
it is
hard for you?
complicated for me, but that's why I
Yeah.
haven't really spoken to them about any of this. The only one that I was speaking to about things in yeah, in some way, shape, or form is Rissa, and that's because she's the mayor and I'm in her cabinet, and
Yeah, and
we're
Rissa's
quite
good
close.
people, honestly. Rissa's very good people. She's my vote. She's yeah.
Now the thing is,
She's a
I will never, I'll never fuck over the besties. but I'm open-minded to things, right? I ain't picking no sides. I mean, I do hate the faceless, but not because of everything that they've done. More so, it's more like a personal thing because they bombed the fuck out of my home, right?
Right.
Back then, I sort of was a bit, I guess, a bit of a sheep, I guess, and I just went along with the
Really?
rest of the guys, right, with the gang,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
took a side at that point in time. But I feel like I've grown a bit more since then, and I started looking into things a bit more and finding my own things out and making my own thoughts and opinions. And um, no, I'm not really. I'm looking at everything with more of an open mind rather than
Wow.
picking a side.
You know, that's
Because
very like,
the thing is,
wow, that's
the thing is, right?
impressive.
When you pick a side on things, I've learned that you only hear what you want to hear. It's very easy to only hear what you want to
Yeah,
hear.
confirmation
If you're
bias,
a bit
essentially.
exactly, if you're a bit more
Yeah.
open-minded, you hear the real truth.
I think it's. I think the faceless have done things and have acted in ways where there is no justifying it, right? There's no way around it. Um, I've seen their attacks, like I've seen it for myself.
Mm.
Um, but I also understand their their want to shake up the city, their frustration with. I mean, I've spoken with the people a lot, and I can tell you that like regardless of what group you're from, people are like hopeless here. They think that no changes, they don't believe in the system. They don't think that anything is achievable. They don't trust the court system. They don't trust the police. They don't trust the government. They have absolutely no optimism. Like, and I'm fresh in the city. So when I came, I could not believe how defeated people are. So I understand the desire to want things to change. Do I agree with the way that the faceless are going about it? I don't. Do I think that they are causing a lot of harm? I do. But I also understand their perspective. And you're probably seeing if what you're saying is well, you're trying to see it from more of in perspective, then you're probably coming to the conclusion that most of us that are trying to have a more open-minded perspective has come to, which is the faceless is one side of the coin. It's one side of a coin. There's the other side of things, the PD, whatever else. It's just the other side, but they're both on that fucking coin. They are both they are more similar than they would like to admit. And looking into the government and the PD, the absolute level of sheer corruption and shit that is like unbelievable that it's been completely like unchecked for a super long time. So I think that you're I think that there's points on both sides. I think it is unfortunately you said, okay, well, I'm figuring out who the bad guy is. I think the harder answer is that there may not be a direct like
No answer.
obvious answer. Yeah, it's more
Mm.
nuanced than that. And I don't blame people for not taking a nuanced stance. I mean, like you said, they bombed your fucking home. Like, when you want them to take a nuanced stance when they bomb your home? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I'm sorry. Like, what are you supposed to do with that shit, right? Like, I understand people not taking that, but I admire a lot that you're trying to do that because I actually do think that's probably the most accurate way to look at it. I do think it's a bit more complex, especially where the PD is concerned too. You know, they're
They're very
definitely
hard to get
not.
information from.
They are.
Purely
They
because
are.
they won't fucking tell you nothing unless you're a fucking officer, right?
Yep, biggest gang in the city. Yep. Oh
Um,
yeah.
But the thing that also makes it hard for me as well, like I said, I'm in the besties. I've been with them for fucking like about 2 years or more. But it's and they don't know what the fuck I'm looking into, what I'm doing, and it's that so much at all. Except for Rissa. Rissa doesn't fucking repeat anything. We keep it to us. The only time I would ever tell fucking the besties something is if they were in immediate danger.
Right.
Right. That's
Right.
the only time, because look, I don't want them to get hurt, right?
Right.
But if they're not in immediate
Right.
danger, then I'm gonna be keeping shit to myself.
Well, I guess I'm wondering then, like, I mean, I don't know how much you know, but I'm wondering what your viewpoint is. This is a question I've asked myself a lot. Like, so I don't know if you know this, but Brian Knight is suspended.
Yes.
Did you know that? Okay.
Yes.
And so it's sort of come out with evidence, like what I was looking into, which is like the Andre Tyson stuff and everything. And there is, but it's not going to be persecuted in court or any shit like that. But I think something that I've asked myself a lot is like, I get why Knight doesn't do any dirty work, so he like is all about like like he has other people do his shit for him. So I get why Knight like wants to work with the besties. Like it greatly benefits him to do so. I've been struggling to understand because gangs typically have such a negative view of PD for good reason. Let's be so honest, but they don't necessarily vibe with them really well. There's such a huge stigma about it and around it, and I've just asked myself like, what has compelled the besties feel so like strongly to feel comfortable enough to do that? But the
They're
thing is,
not.
I can't really. Really?
They're not. Or we're not. We got a common goal. Same enemy, right?
Right.
And it may appear like they're working together, but they're not. They just got the same fucking enemy.
Right. Not working together, just aligned on an enemy. Just aligned.
I would not be
So-
surprised, honestly, like, because at the end of the day, right, what's happening up in Paleto is far from legal.
Sure.
Let's be honest, right? You can't have
Yeah,
a
right.
gang going up there and setting up checkpoints and fucking walking around with guns and fucking all
Sure.
that. It is not legal.
Sure. Right.
Now, you telling me the PD are happy with that? If I was a betty man, I would say hell no, they ain't. But I mean,
They're not,
they
but
got
I think they're.
they got bigger issues right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why it might appear like they're working together, but really they're just prioritizing. Because I mean, the bigger issue as far as the besties and PD are concerned are the faces, right?
Right.
So why would they go against each other?
Yeah, this is true.
This creates more issues.
Right. Right. I mean, so what do you think about Knight then, being in the position that you're in?
I'll be honest, I haven't had a lot to do with Knight myself. Like personally.
Yeah.
And to be honest, look, I couldn't really comment. Do I think he's fucking straight up person? Hell no.
Right.
He's a dodgy motherfucker. Do I think he's, for lack of better words, bad? I don't know. I really don't know. But what I do know is that, you know, that James McAllister.
Yeah.
So, you know, you heard about what's happened with him and all that? How he got
Yes.
taken,
Yes.
got bagged by the Faceless, taken away, was in their video.
Yes.
And Brian Knight's number was on that video.
Yes.
Well, what I'm trying to figure out, well, you know, the marshals are letting him in, or whether he's been allowed to hang out in Zancudo, right, old James McAllister, where all the marshals in that are. The marshals seem to think, yeah, they're so damn sure that he's a fucking faceless asset. James McAllister is so damn sure that he's not. But what I don't understand is, well, if the fucking marshals and all that are so damn sure that he's a fucking faceless asset, then why are they letting him hang around in fucking Zancudo in the base?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's news to me that he's been there. Which is crazy. I haven't seen him there because I literally regularly go there and make like pit stops to survey the area, see who's there. I search it, search each. You would not believe the shit that I find because doors are left open. Like it is unbelievable. Like tapes, books, all kinds of shit. So I regularly go there. And I mean, my personal take on it, from the people that I've spoken to, is that he was, in fact, forced to be in that video, was bagged, was forced. I think, though, he's come to the realization that many of us have probably come to, which is that it's not black and white. A lot of the marshals are squares, okay? They are like, they see it, a lot of the police are squares. They see things very like black and white, like good guy, bad guy, we're protecting the city. Like they have no, it's really hard for them to see any nuance in it, right? So I think I spoke to him. It's really funny because I actually spoke to him before all of this happened, when he was literally like how we're speaking now, you and me, like, and I just think his opinion changed from that point on. I think it changed, and I think, I think he's not sympathetic to the faceless. I think he just, similarly to how we're like, or I'll speak for myself, like I can understand why they're doing what they're doing even if I don't agree with their methods. I think he's probably like that. But and I think, but in this city, you're either a faceless asset or you're not. You're either a marshal or you're not. There's not a lot of space for like any in between. And the irony of that is, a lot of people are actually, when I actually speak with them, a lot more people are more in between than they'd like to admit publicly. You know what I mean? So I think it actually surprises me to hear that he's there, because as far as I knew, the marshals were up his fucking ass.
They still are.
So
They actually are.
okay.
There's a female marshal. I'm not sure of the name.
Yeah, whatever her fucking name is. Yeah, she's like
been trailing the fuck
wilding
out of him. She's been
Wilding
trailing him.
out.
She's been following him around like fucking flies on shit, apparently.
Insane.
So they're trying to fucking get shit on him and all this. Look, look, I'll tell you, another person. Look, I mean, I think it's pretty clear what my intentions are. And the reason why I'm speaking to you is because I think we're on the same fucking wavelength. And I think we could both help each other with information and that and build something, right? Now, there's someone else that I'm going to let you know that you can trust as well to find things out, which is where I've been getting a lot of stuff from, and that's Charlie Bones.
Oh, Charlie. I know Charlie. I like Charlie.
He was
He's
there. He was
cool.
with us before down at the. He got taken by the fucking dogs.
Yeah.
So he's been working at the mechanic place in the Zancudo place, and it's right next door to where all the marshals are. So he hears a lot. So he finds things out and lets me know.
Right. That's actually super helpful. Yes,
Um,
he's chill.
yeah. So he's sworn he'll never tell anyone that he's been working with me or anything. He won't even tell fucking Forehead or any of the other gang or anything like that. We've been
Yep,
both
smart.
purely on our own thing.
Yep.
But I don't mind if he approaches you, vice versa, right, as well. I think the more people that we can sort of have some sort of trust that are on the same wavelength as us three, I think the better. You know, more heads are better than one.
Yeah. I think there's a surprise. It's almost like operating beneath all of this is like this group of us that are trying to get to the truth of it all. Like that want to know like actually what is happening. There's an aspect of this that I guess people don't really think about that I've actually become extremely interested in. And it's a group that I call the investors. And the investors are the people that have supreme wealth. We're talking more money than you and I would know what to do with type of wealth. And these people have invested in the city, properties, areas, and I believe that they're funding not only the faceless, but also like Darkstone, the police, like all of it. I think they're funneling money into both sides. Now, what incentive they have for this to happen? I mean, they are making more money because taxes have like, you get arrested for a crime, you get double, triple fined for that. And now you go to the store, you go to the shops, buy a burger, way more expensive now than it was before. So there is profit to be gained, but I think there is probably a deeper reason. I don't know. I've heard various different theories about from different people as to what it could be as to why they're doing this, but it started off as a conspiracy theory. It's not really a conspiracy theory so much anymore. Um and that group I think is mostly I at the end of the day, like the faceless is just like doing their bidding. It's like Brian Knight is doing their bidding. Like it's all like that's what I mean when I say two sides of the coin. It's all directionally coming like if you go up, it comes from the same place, right? So
Mm.
finding out who these people are has been difficult, but I want the names, I'm not trying to cause them harm. I just want their names on fucking paper.
Of the
I want
investors.
their, yes, like
How'd you learn about these investors? Because I've never heard about these investors.
I can't say, I can't say, but I will tell you that multiple sources have
It's
told
a
me about
trustworthy
them.
source, though.
Extremely, extremely trustworthy. Yes. There's two names that I already have. Do you know much about the Foos family at all? I don't know
The
how
Foos,
familiar you are.
yes, I've heard of the Foos family.
Yes.
If
Well, one of
it's if
them's
it's the
name
same,
is yeah, it's he's in the family. His name is August Foos. He has put a considerable amount of money into funding the city. You ever see the Ron like what is it, oil? The signs for Ron Oil, big fucking signs,
yeah, there's
whatever.
a lot of shit going on with that a while back.
Ex-
A lot of
yes.
unanswered questions with that. There was riddles in there we had been working at for a
Hmm.
while.
Right.
We actually worked out one of the riddles
And
some
there's
time
that
ago.
whole shit that happened where someone got put in an oil vat. left there. Anyways, point is, Alex Ron runs that oil company. He is one of the biggest, like, investors in the city. Like, those are two examples of people that own portions of the city. Like, the guns, right? The guns that come from a contracting company. This contracting company funds everyone. It is putting weapons not just in the PD. The
Hold on,
PD. Yeah,
what contractors are you talking about? Because you're talking about the.
Darkstone.
Yeah, yeah, okay, sweet. Are you talking about?
Yeah.
You also know about the Faceless, right? As well, they were a big supplier of that sort of shit too.
Well,
That's
I
where
thought
every
that
single. That's where every
Darkstone
single
was
criminal.
supplying the faceless.
That's news to
That's what
me.
I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that Darkstone was not only I heard that the guns in the PD's hands were from Darkstone. They were
Yes, that is
literally
right.
supplying the PD.
Darkstone was
But then
supplying the PD. They actually signed a big contract where they were supplying them shotguns and a whole lot of shit. Actually, a big shipment went missing when I was in my last cabinet.
wow.
And there was a big fucking debacle about that. But Darkstone did end up starting to supply the PD, and then the Faceless supplied the criminals in the city.
And see, I think Darkstone this could be wrong, but I have a feeling that they supplied the face. I think that the investors, I just call them that because it's a way, it's the group of people that it's not the government, it's like the people that control the money of this city, right? They, what they're funneling in. I think they are setting up Darkstone. Then Darkstone is funneling these weapons onto both sides, essentially stoking the fire of like the flame of war, essentially, right? Like between these two sides.
I mean, could be, but I don't know. I just don't know about that one. I just don't know whether Darkstone
You
would
don't
be.
think so?
I feel like they're two separate entities. Because Darkstone were very much against the Faceless.
So
Last
then
I
where do
heard.
you think that the Faceless is getting their weaponry from? Because you could be right. You could be right.
Well, that I'm not too sure. I mean, whether they're producing it or they're getting it offshore somewhere, I don't know.
Because
But I
I've heard that the
mean, you could
Faceless
say the
work
same.
for.
You could say the same, right, about Darkstone. Where are they getting their shit from?
But that's what I'm trying to say. I think they both get their. I think they're both being funded by the investors. So like say the Faceless, right? Like you like where they get their shit from. Like you say, okay, well it's not you don't think it's Darkstone. Maybe we just could be totally true. Then it's like, well, who's incentivizing them to do this?
I
Who's
see what you're
giving
saying.
them? You see what I'm saying?
The
Like,
investors are funding both of them, so really the
yes,
ones that are running
yes,
everything are these
yes,
investors.
correct.
And the Faceless and
Yep,
Darkstone are theoretically working for the investors, but they both don't know that they're both working for the same person.
correct. Yep. The higher up you go, they usually know. Knight has said, like, from what I've heard, Knight is pretty aware that this, like, he's literally said this war is pointless. There's no, like, it's already over. Like, he's fucking said that shit. Like, so I think it's like the higher up you go, the more they're aware of it. They're just using it. They're just using it to their advantage. Like, there's no, like, you go down to, like, you go to up to the low level, like, PD officer, and you ask them about this stuff, they'll be like, oh, yeah. They'll have they don't think of it that way. You go up to like a norm, they don't, but the higher up people that I speak to about this kind of stuff, the more that they actually speak less negatively of not only about the other side, but there's more of a awareness that it's a war that's being or that's being like pushed by the same sort of like entity, which I think is really sad. that like the people don't know that, and like they're thinking, you know what I mean? I think that's why I'm so like determined to like figure out who the rest of these investors are and like learn more about it, because it's just like it's a bit frustrating that higher up people are saying like, oh yeah, the war's already over, there's no point, it's already doomed, it's already cooked, it's already, you know, and lower like citizens of the city are just like I was just speaking to a citizen earlier today who's like, I like to have hope and like da 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 da. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, oh my god, they have no idea that it's already over. It's just it's not even a question of if it's done. Like it's this is over. Like they don't know that, and it's just I don't know. I just don't like it. So, but I think you're right. That does make more sense. I do think I only heard it from one person that they thought Darkstone was funding the Faceless, whereas I've heard from multiple reliable sources that the investors are funding everything. So your theory is probably right.
I mean, it makes more sense, right? And if what
Yeah,
you're saying that this investors fucking thing has come from a reliable source, then I think that's more likely to be the what is happening here. Now,
yeah. I just
with this water shit, right?
yeah,
When that Ronald fucking debacle kicked off months and months and months and months and months ago, there was a whole lot of fucking codes and shit that we had to sort of deassemble and work out what it actually translated to. We worked out what it said, right? And
right.
do I still have it here? I was gonna have a look. One moment. One moment. I just gotta go through all this. A lot of fucking
No, it's
shit.
okay. Take your time. I'm chilling.
No, I'll share this with you as well.
Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Wait, what is this?
So there was a whole lot. I can't. It was so long ago now. It was so long ago now. I can't really remember it all exactly what it was all about. But there was a whole lot of fucking weird signals and shit coming from the oil fields, and there was floppy disks involved, and a fucking computer system. Trying to figure out all these fucking codes and shit, and trying to figure out what the fuck it all meant and all this, right?
Right.
I'm trying to find. There's a. There was somewhere. Where the fuck was it? There was like a riddle. Ah, yeah. Um. City or something. So that there, right? We
What the
translated it. We
hell?
translated it to what it says at the
You
bottom, right?
translated this.
No,
You
not
guys
not not.
translated this.
Yes, yeah.
That's insane.
To what it says at the bottom, right? Now that down the bottom, right? This was months and months ago, but this was actually about a year ago. No, it ended up pretty much just the whole thing just got given up on. Everyone just gave up on it because we were like, well, no one could figure out what the fuck it all meant. It just came to a dead end almost.
Right. Right.
But now with what's been going on, I read that shit down the bottom right, and I see potentially, to me, that's sort of dropping a hint about water source, right?
Right.
And now look what has happened to the water.
Right.
So what I'm thinking
Right.
is everything has been right under our nose. What's going to happen next? It's been there. It's been right under our nose for a fucking long
Yes.
time,
Yes.
right? Like the faces have been dropping fucking hints long
Yes.
before everything happens.
Yes.
But because everyone just gave up on it and just were just like, fuck, didn't even think anything of it, no one figured it out. So
Yes.
I'm thinking you look back into the past, you look back at some of the fucking things or shit that pops up here and there,
Oh,
and
I
that
have a
could be
call from an unknown number. Hold on. It's important I take it. Hello? Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god, you live. Yes. I'm currently having a how late are you staying up? What are you waking up tomorrow? Don't tell me you're not waking up tomorrow. Can you please? Because I want to. We just have a lot to go over. Is all. So yeah. I just really want to catch up. I think we have a lot to cover. Tomorrow. So I have a meeting tomorrow 3 p.m. PST, which I would imagine will probably take like an hour, but I can meet anytime after that. My schedule is open, pretty open. So. Or late. I know sometimes you prefer late. So. Okay. Don't forget to call me. Wait, what's tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, no, you know what? We gotta think optimistically. We gotta think optimistically. Just don't forget to call me. Okay? Okay, don't forget. Okay. Talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Okay, bye. Oy, oy, oy. Sometimes I feel like every day I wake up and it's just like meeting. It is meeting back to, it is so crazy. Sometimes between you and me, sometimes I literally don't put my name in the lemon list because I'm like, I don't want people to know I'm awake.
well, it's
Because
better to
it's
be busy
just,
than not busy, right?
hey, you know what? That's true. I guess that's a good problem to have, eh? But you were saying something, you were saying, oh, like
Yeah.
if you look back, it's very clear that they've done this, like, I mean,
They've known what they're going to
yes.
be doing for a long time,
Yes.
and
Yes.
pretty much let fucking the answer's been there for people to figure out, but no one's really figured it out or thought too much into it. So I'm thinking, you look back
Yes.
at some of the stuff that they've done in the past, maybe some riddles and things like that, and that you might be able to find out what they're going to do next. You know what I mean? So you could maybe get a
Right.
step ahead somewhat.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
if people had looked into that a bit better or something, they could have, I don't know, maybe if they looked into it properly and was like, I'm gonna set fucking cameras up on the fucking water, on the the water plants and all that sort of shit.
Yep. Yep.
Then boom, you set a camera up. Next minute, it's getting bombed. You can see exactly fucking. I mean, we
Yep.
know it was faceless, right? They claimed it, but you might be able to see a bit more. You might just
Yeah.
find something out from a fucking video surveillance on the place or something, or
Yeah.
catch them in the act or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I agree. I think from what I know, the Faceless have been around for actually a long time, and they only revealed like their plans like more recently, right? Or like started their attacks more recently. So yeah, from what I know, they've definitely, I think they absolutely have been planning this for a minute. They've just
Well, in that book, the Whispers.
yeah. Yes.
That's got the people who were kidnapped. It's got Ming in there as well, right?
Yes.
Which I don't know whether you know, he's one of the leaders of the Beasties.
I did not know that, actually. I didn't know he got I didn't know I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Well, I was there through all of that when he got fucking taken and all that. And I mean, long story short, we ended up getting Ming back. And Forehead, Future, man, I can't remember who else. There was a couple of other boys. We watched the live feed of Forehead and that capturing Charlie. You know who Charlie is, right?
Yeah, you
From
mean
the
from the
Faceless.
prison, right?
Charlie from the Faceless.
No. What I mean is, um, because I know about, like, the 9 that are in here, right? The 9 that are in here. Um, I know that so what all I know is that there was a handful of them, Nancy, Queenie, um, CJ, that were in prison, um, and then were captured by the Faceless. And then I know later Harry was captured. Oh, and at this point, Lang had already been captured, which is a whole other story. But
Lang was captured by Faceless as well, you saying?
yes, he was. But he was captured first. Um, and he was captured when he was in police custody. So it's a bit of a confusing. So was Alfonso. They were both in police custody. They were in Knight's custody when they were captured. They were in his car. But then later in the prison, some of these other people were captured. So I didn't know if that's what you meant. Like, see if you meant CJ, like when CJ was kidnapped
Nah, 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 nah.
by. Okay, you're talking about
Faceless.
Charlie.
Charlie. Fucking white
Okay,
mask.
gotcha. Yes.
Well, beforehand that, set up a live feed. They got him. We were talking about it for a long time trying to get it done, and we finally got it done, and they fucking ripped his mask off on the live feed.
Yes, that's right.
Hmm.
Revealing he was Jonathan, right? Or is that
Jonathan, that's right, yeah.
right? Okay, right,
Um,
right,
well, they could have had him. They could have caught him right then and there, but the
right.
PD fucked that all up.
Oh.
The PD, the reason why Charlie escaped.
Oh my god, what did they did they just intervene?
They, yeah, they did. Yeah, they intervened. Something happened with a fucking, I think a helicopter got shot down. And instead of fucking going for Charlie, they went for fucking Forehead and shit.
Oh my god.
I'm not too sure of the finer details, but the PD royally fucked that up. So right now we could have had Charlie at least.
And god, it's been crazy because he's just been popping off since that time.
Whether like I think I didn't really look. I wasn't really looking too much into things like I am now back then because I was, yeah, like I said, I'm with the besties. You know what I mean? I was like, this is my side.
Right,
So I
right,
was just like, fuck, fuck them, fuck everyone. I'm a sheep. You know what I mean?
right.
But if I was operating like I am now back then, I probably would have looked a bit more into that and been asking some questions. Okay, well, it makes me think now. Like, was it an accident or was it on purpose? Are the PD working with the faceless or are they not? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Um well, what I can tell you is that there have been just I don't okay. You say that the besties are not working with Night, right? Because they're just similar interests
No, I
aligned,
said
right?
not
Similar.
working with the PD.
Oh, not working with the PD. Okay, right. Not working with the PD. Okay. Well, as far as I know, um, it could be that Knight I don't know about the PD. I don't think the PD was working with the Faceless. Do I think maybe there were certain points in time where it helped Knight to turn over Lang or, you know, Alfonso to do I think there's certain times where it's like he I yes, I think it's totally possible that but because it's like it's what's in his like what works for him. Like he's going to drop off Andre to y'all if it's like, well, it bodes well for me. Like he's not afraid to play dirty, right? So I don't think the PD themselves are like fully with the Faceless. I think, but I do think Knight has dabbled in both sides. Yes.
Mm.
And I think he's extremely, extremely, extremely untrustworthy. So I do worry a little. I'm not going to lie. I know it seems probably silly, and I don't mean to come off condescending to worry about the besties or forehead or whatever, but I do I'm more concerned from a place of like I don't trust Knight, you know? I just don't trust him. So,
Mm.
from everything I know about him, I think he just I mean, he throws his own fucking people his own police to the wolves. I mean, I don't think he gives a fuck, you know? I don't think he
Yeah.
gives a fuck.
Well, honestly, I don't. I think I'm not gonna say. Like, you take this how you want to take this, but I don't think you're the only one that doesn't trust him.
Right. Right.
But
That's good to
but
hear.
are I guess he's the lesser of two evils in a way. You know what I mean?
For sure. It seems like that's what this war is all about. Like what is the lesser of two evils essentially.
Mm. But yeah. The other thing as well was I was gonna say. I also I'm not too sure exactly how trustworthy this is, but from the person that I got it from, they said that this person had predicted or been right in the past, i.e., with the water and things like that. Now he's told me that the next things to go is the banks and communications.
See, and that's what I'm curious about because um the I thought that communications was going to be last Friday. I set up for that, but that wasn't what happened. It was the docks that got bombed. Um
Well, I've heard that
and I just
that was I've heard that that was a fuck up.
yeah, that
The
would make
faceless was
sense
not meant
because
to fucking. Apparently, that wasn't meant to be bombed. So I think I can't remember. I think it was. I got told that it might have been Angel was going around telling everyone, about what happened. The face is fucked up because apparently what she said was, I don't care about people knowing about that sort of shit because it's making faces look like fucking idiots, showing that they just fucked up. Something along
well, if
those
it wasn't
lines.
bombs, what was supposed to be then?
I'm not too sure I'm not sure what they mean by that, whether they were meant to bomb that location or they were meant to bomb somewhere else
Right.
or there was meant to be something else there or.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Very interesting. I think yeah, I think I've been waiting. I've been like thinking that communications would be taken out for a while now, but it hasn't yet. Um and then I've heard theories that
Well,
they're not going to take out communications, they're just going to like take over it basically.
I mean, they could do because I mean, hey, on the other hand, right? Why would you take something out that you can use?
Yeah, exactly. At first I thought it was going to be removed completely, but now I just think they're going to be taking over in some way.
Hmm. I mean, you look at their fucking faces app on the tablets, and there's all sorts of fucking what is it like fucking what is it on there? It's like technology fucking identification numbers or whatever, or
Yeah, and the other thing of like the banks is a good point that I'm also interested on that as well. Like, because I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot about that, but I feel like the banks would probably be before the communications. No.
yeah. I mean, I would imagine so, right? I mean, what you fucking? I don't know what they're gonna do. Just take out the. I mean, I don't keep any money in the bank no more. Since I heard that, I keep it all in cash, and I've told like Rissa and that people close to me
Do
to
you just
pull
put
the
it
money.
in your apartment? Where do you put it?
No, I just put it in a
Like I'm.
vehicle, a station in a vehicle.
Oh, see, I'm scared I'm gonna get robbed or something.
Yeah. Well, just fucking if you get robbed, let me know. I'll fucking sort it out.
Yeah, that's the thing is I'm gonna be honest because I have no when I first got to the city I got stepped on quite a bit because I talk a lot, I'm bold, but I have no gang, no and I'm all but just so you know, I'm actually I'm not violent. Like I won't hurt people. And because people have known that, I've been stabbed, shot, knocked out, dropped out of helicopters, almost drowned. Like I've been pretty I don't want to say bullied, but a little bit, you know. Then when I started doing this reporting job and I started investigating this, people stopped fucking with me. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I got shit on a bit, man. I
Yeah.
got fucking dunked on when I got here. I think,
Well, I mean,
you
hey,
know,
I know all about it. Before I was in the Besties, I was fucking I was trying to be a clean guy. I used to try to run a butchery down at fucking Cyprus. I started doing a bit of work with Luciano.
oh
The
yeah, oh
fucking
yeah.
the government fucked me over back then. Or there was a cabinet member called Siobhan, kind of fucked me over and rubbed me the wrong way, and then I went down the route that I'm down now. So. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough trying to be I when I first came here I was like, "Oh, I'm only going to be a civilian." But the city by this point was already chaos. And it was
Mm.
and I realized like I have to do a little I only do a tiny bit of crime to be fair, but I still have resisted being violent. I've been stabbed, set up, betrayed. I've thus far I've resisted not being violent. Listen, there's enough violent people in the city. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Besides, I'm shit with a gun, so I don't know. I'd shoot at someone and I'd more likely hit the car next to them than shoot them. I'd more likely hit my fucking buddy than I probably would the person that is messing with me. And you know what else? I get pulled over. This is embarrassing. I'm just gonna I get some person pulls me over like give me your fucking bike. Tell me why I have a gun license and a gun on me. They're holding no weapon to me. There's no form of threat. I could take out my gun. My instinct is always, no, you know what? I'm going to convince them. Like, I never think to take out I've never taken out my gun once since I've had it. And I've been hurt. But hey, I did talk myself out of it. I did talk my way out of it, convince them not to take it. But I don't know. I just always think I can like use words to be more successful than like a weapon, right? Like,
I mean, if you can do it, you can do it. It's not a bad thing.
I guess that's true. It's only when it doesn't work out that maybe I end up, you know, ICU stabbed or some shit like that. But in any case,
Hopefully, it doesn't happen again.
yeah, I think it should be over. I've largely ignored the people that have done it to me, and I'm just focused on bigger. But we got more important things to worry about. All right.
Well, yeah,
City's on fire.
Exactly,
City's
exactly.
on fire.
Well, hey,
So,
look, look, we'll keep. Look, I'll. If I find anything interesting, then I'll definitely. I'll be in touch a lot more.
yeah, and I may if I have info for you as well, and I may learn something, and I may want to like clarify with you and be like, hey, do you think this is like do you think this is accurate, or like I may, you know what I mean, want to like double check some stuff with you because it might be helpful to run it by you.
Look, and I know I'm a bestie, and I get how hard it could be to, trust that I'm not gonna fucking run back to fucking everyone and blah blah. But I hand on my fucking heart.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna go running to no one. This is a pure me thing. And I tell you what, if my head's somewhat on the line in a way, because you know, if the gang sort of knew that I wasn't fully convinced of what they're doing is the right thing to do, then they'll probably start questioning my loyalty, right? Which isn't the case, right? My loyalty is them, like as my family, right? I'll never do anything to fucking put them in harm's way, but I'm not gonna tell them fucking stuff that I'm finding out unless it's gonna be an immediate threat to them.
Right.
So.
I respect that. I don't think that. I mean, I don't know. I think there's a way to think for yourself, but also still be deeply loyal to your squad and the people you care about. You know, like you don't. There doesn't have to be like one or the other. And I get the vibe from you that you do mean what you're saying. Like I don't think you're going to be running and telling, and I'll mostly tell you the things that I find out. I just there's as always, you know, like who I hear it from, or you know, there may be some things that I leave out like for theirs, because I do like what you tell me is like I'm not like your name is just never it's never going to come up, period. It just never will, because I take that shit seriously, you know, like which is why when you were asking, like,
look,
oh, who gave you that theory? I was like, I can't tell you. You know
but
what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
the only reason why I asked who is because, like you just said, I want to make sure that it's a trustworthy source, right? That it's not just some fucking
of course.
You know, some food store worker or some shit. You know what I
mean? Right. Yeah, it's definitely not.
But I mean, like, you seem to know a lot, right? So I can definitely trust your judgment in knowing what's a good source and what's not. Charlie Bones, he's very good at speaking to people and finding things out and befriending people, right? Look, I'm gonna be honest. I've had him sort of befriending Cicely for a while to see what he can get from her.
Yeah. No, that's smart. She's just but like I'm just gonna say it outright to you. She's just a square. Like she's good and she's sweet, but she is like, you know, she you know what? She's like police. You know what I mean? In terms of like, so I just don't tell her things because like I tell her things and she disputes theories that I know for a fact are true because she so believes in the system. You know what I mean? So I just she's a sweetheart, but I just don't trust her. And she's too much like a cop. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's why I didn't get her up here because like I know
smart.
She writes the articles and I know like that's her job. That's what she does. So she's gonna probably, if I tell her something, she'll write an article about it. You know what I mean?
Right. 100%.
And that's not what I need, because next minute my fucking name's in the paper, and then forehead and shit reader, they're ringing me and be like, oh, which side are you fucking on, rah rah, and then oh god,
what the fuck is this, da da da. Yeah.
I think another person that the mayor, Rissa.
Yes, I have not spoken to her too much one-on-one, but you think she's a good person to just kind of chat with?
She should. Have you let her know that you've been chatting to me? She's a bestie, but she's very much like me. She will.
I can see that.
She will only, like, especially with the mayor. Now that she's a mayor, she takes that very seriously. She's not gonna fucking jeopardize that.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I remember what little I've spoken to her has been some of what we have talked about is Knight. We've talked about how we think he's corrupt. You know, we think we don't trust him. We've actually talked about that thoroughly. So I can absolutely see that. That totally makes sense. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yes. And so I don't see her face to face very often, just because, you know, we just don't times. Right. But look, I've got we've got a book that we've got stashed in a location that we both have access to, and we store it there, and we keep each other updated. So we constantly are filling it out, and when I update it, I give her a text and be like, updated, and vice versa, right? So we're constantly in communication with each other.
Smart. That's smart.
So I don't see her face to face very often, just because, you know, we just don't times, yeah. But look, I've got a we've got a book that we've got stashed in a location that we both have access to, and we keep each other updated. So we constantly are filling it out, and when I update it, I give her a text and be like, updated, and vice versa, right? So we're constantly in communication with each other.
I think that's a good person. I think her and you're right, like, Charlie are
Charlie
2
Bones,
good
yeah.
people to just connect with.
Yes. So between me,
Yes.
you, Charlie, and Rissa, I think we can find out a lot. And
I think we can. I think we can, and we're of the similar wavelength where we just wanna
yeah,
know
and
the
I'm
truth.
very very picky. Like I've said to Charlie, like I don't mind him if he wants to get have people that he trusts that he wants to have work on
Yes.
things with him as well, as long
Yes.
as my name never comes up and it sticks between him and fucking whoever. So it's nothing to do with me. It's his own fucking shit.
Right.
Um, sort of to make the web a bit bigger. You know what I mean? Without it actually
Yes.
getting to the deep where it's coming from, or where he's getting shit from, and vice versa. But I don't think he's got
Yeah.
anything. I think the only one he sort of has some sort of chest with is his brother, which I think he was there with him as well.
Yeah, I've been trying to speak to because I know Yuri from the League of Evil, and he's actually at the base a lot because he works in the kitchen there. And I've actually been like trying to speak to him, but every time we do, we get fucking interrupted. But I mean, he's still a little bit untrusting of me, but I'm trying to talk to him because I know he knows a lot of information. I know he knows like I think he knows way more than he lets on, to be honest.
Mm.
So, but he's a tough cookie to crack. He's smart not to trust too much, but I'll try and keep talking to him, see what I can find out too.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, if I think of anything else that I haven't really fucking brought up now, then I'll let you know. But
Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. Thank you for taking the time to talk with me.
no,
I'm
no, all
glad that
good.
you, yeah.
Fuck. Oh, that whisper book. Hey, if you can track down another copy, I wouldn't mind having a copy of
Yeah,
that as well.
tell you what, if I have that other copy in my car, I will absolutely give you this one.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
sounds good, sounds good.
Yes. Thank you again. Thank you again for talking with me. I appreciate it.
No problem. We'll keep in touch. Yeah,
Stay safe,
yeah,
okay?
you
Yeah,
too.
we will.